Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. Don't know why I'd moved my microphone back. Here we go. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers. We have Lord of the Rings level troll slayers who have kept us safe here for years. Thank you. Thank you. We've also got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hi. You go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed. Whatever works for you. Apparently, according to YouTube, you have to watch for 3 minutes for it to count for a view. Just letting you know. Okay. Liz is there. She is. Yes. I'm actually fairly on time today, which is good. We have got some of the most jaw-dropping things to read on today. So, yeah, so this is what we do. If you're new to the channel, hello. I show up every single day, and every day there's new art. There's new art on the cover. There's new art or prettiness or whatever I do. I do nails. I do, it's kind of hard to see these, but it's too hard to see them. But it's actually, there's like gold around the green French nail part. So it's kind of hard to see, but it's really cool. But we match all this kind of stuff. I was laughing hysterically this morning when I got this up. It's even got this like space around it. That's like stained glass, kind of see-through. But I looked up and I realized that, I like to color coordinate. It's important, it's get the joy in life where you can. I really enjoy doing the colors and all this kind of stuff. And I realized my skin matches the background. I did not do that on purpose, but here we go. See? Ta-da! Silliness. Absolute silliness. But this is what we do. We start out with our energy pretty high. We encourage each other. We talk to each other. And then we go down in the muck and we read on and we talk about these various things in the news. This is News with Friends. And I do some readings or talk about the astrology of what's going on. And then we come back up between questions and catch our breath. And this is how we get through. And so we keep an eye on the news and we keep an eye on the news because we need to. What's happening is historic and important and affects us, but it's just too miserable to look at on your own. So here we are. And the last thing I will say about that, thank you, is I got a, it's interesting that there are some political channels in the tarot world, but also in just the regular kind of newsy, like the modern equivalent of liberal radio world, podcasts and on YouTube. But there are a lot of channels, their viewership is down. And with just a smattering of channels whose viewership has gone up sharply. And I haven't really been able to figure out why or what have you, because I do the best I can every day. And, this is me. And I think everybody who's been here for a while knows I tell you exactly what I pick up on, and I try to be as knowledgeable as I can. So I don't blow smoke. I don't No, I believe what I'm saying because I got this message from a longtime viewer who isn't around much anymore. And the message was saying, I just can't watch your channel anymore because I can't stand listening to anything that doesn't say that he's going. I mean, that's, you do you. And I don't think he's going to be, he's not going to be around forever. But we are in the thick of this, the awfulness. And to some extent, this is kind of the worst of it for the simple reason that Congress isn't getting in Trump's way. And they're working on their budget, which we talked about at length yesterday. And that budget is going to be a problem. Now, it's going to be as big a problem as we were afraid of because they're having to back off on some things. But it's not great. The de minimis tax, so imports under $800. So all this, like when you'd buy from overseas, smaller amounts, like just little household things you might need, that there weren't tariffs, there weren't taxes, things that went away today, according to J for Genius Trump, because of J for Genius Trump. There's a lot going on, but I'm not going to blow smoke. And the thing is, even if he went away, we'd have to deal with a president, Shady Vance, and that level of misogyny. That man despises women. That guy has mommy issues like the only person I can think of who has worse mommy issues than Shady Vance is the guy from Psycho. But we're going to get through this, and we are. We're going to get through this. I do believe there are good days ahead, and I want you to know that. But I'm not gonna pretend what's happening isn't happening, or say something that I don't believe is true. So, Sarah's in the chat. Hello, Sarah. Miss Sarah. All right. It's because so we're going to start with the Bridget says the people behind the throne will still be an issue with or without their mouthpiece. True. Hello, Tishy. Okay. All right. So I've said all that. So we know where things stand, and we're going to go into the news now. Okay. It's a little bit 8 minutes, 30 seconds in. There have been some infuriating things that have happened, but boy, this is up there. Thank you, Summer Virgo. The Justice Department of the United States of America lifted a school desegregation order in Louisiana this week. With GOP officials calling its continued existence a, quote, historical wrong, unquote. And suggesting that others dating to the civil rights movement should be reconsidered. The end of the 1966 legal agreement with Plaquemines Parish schools, this is Louisiana, announced Tuesday, shows that Cheddar Chump, the Cheddar Chump administration, is, quote, getting America refocused on our bright future, unquote. Bright or white? Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dhillon said, they're saying we need to leave the past in the past. We've come so far. We don't need that anymore. So the Justice Department of the United States of America lifted a school desegregation order in Louisiana this week. Warrior Witch says, well, they reversed Roe v. Wade. I guess now they're overturning Brown versus Board of Education. Flames coming out of the sides of my head. Chris Cole says, it smells like Stephen Miller. Yeah, it does. But it's not just him. Exactly, Sarah. Yes, with that name, the assistant would be segregated to leopard face. Yeah. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dhillon, Dhillon. So, Lewis says, wow, people, you lost the war. Get over it. Oh, I wish that was the only thing. Who was it who is literally just announced plans to celebrate Confederate Day? I saw that headline today. Okie dokie. It doesn't feel quite like an overloaded Celtic because this is pretty clear. This is pretty cut and dry. Sabine, yes, there is no low that these jerks won't go to. Exactly. Oh, although, okay, hang, before I pull cards up, they're in the AP, there was a picture I loved. I want to share. Confederate Memorial Day, Sarah. That was it. But there was this fantastic picture in the AP article I want to share with you. It's from like 1972, 75, something like that. And it's just, we need this. We need this good image right now. So if we go back here, this is the original AP article. Justice Department ended decades-old school desegregation order. Others are expected to fall. All right, so it goes on, and it's just, but look at this picture. Students from Charlotte High School in Charlotte, North Carolina, ride a bus together, May 5th, 1972. And they all look happy. They're all good. I love this picture. We're in this together. We're in this together. Anyway, can we also point out who, if you want to do racial stuff, okay, what race and gender together has the highest number of serial killers? I'll wait. Okay, and yes, that was a kitty. It's a kitty. Okay, anyway. Do. Ding, 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 ding. So, Kaludi, I'm afraid I can't do anything at the moment. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Nine of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Yeah. Okay. The card for the reading is Page of Swords, as in, this doesn't feel super strong. Legally, but they'll get what they want is there, and there's a Justice card is way down. But Nine of Pentacles, the sitting pretty card, the person standing in their garden with their hawk and their beauty, their gorgeous gown. Ace of Swords. That's not the sword. Well, this is legal action. Beginning of something new. I've got a Tower in the center. It's followed by the King of Cups. It ends in the Five of Swords, which is adding insult to injury. You would think that there would be other civil rights laws that would keep segregation from rising again. But this is people fighting very, very hard against segregation, which is vile. So I want some more clarification about this Tower card, because these ultra rich blankety blanks doing this is the fight back. They're adding insult to injury. I want to tell me more about this Tower card. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. It's okay. It's all right, sweetheart. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're all right. Somebody had a nightmare. No, it's okay. Okay. So in certain red states, in certain places, Knight of Pentacles, conservatives, just moving forward. I've got a DEATH card right there. Three of Pentacles, their plans. Queen of Pentacles, which goes along with the card for the reading, which is they will push it. People on the ground in different states. Okay. I was telling Sarah earlier, and I ran it. Hear me out on the wording. Hear me out to the end. If they come for Muslims, I am going to just be like, yeah, Muslim. If they come for gay people, I'll be like, yeah, okay, absolutely. Yeah. If they come for Black people, I can't do anything. But please know how infuriated I am, and I will speak out. But obviously, anyway. Bell Book and Candle says it's the caustic Caucasian. Yeah. Unbelievable. Okay. See if I can get any more information. Knight of Cups. Oh yeah, this will get people on the streets. This will get people standing up. Yeah. Rose Blue. Have you seen the video? Employment agency help wanted at a blueberry farm in Louisiana. Yes, $11 an hour, 9 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for like half the year. And people are roasting it. Roasting is because of deportations. Yep. Skatura, thank you. Catherine Jones says, I don't understand your meaning. Please clarify. On which thing? I'm sorry. Just double checking here. Okay. Yeah, this, yeah, no, just no. No. There will not be segregation in this country again. No. Although you have to understand that also some of the, it's not surprising that some of this would come up now because there are some astrological echoes of what happened during the Civil War. Doesn't mean we're going into a civil war necessarily. It's just, even, it doesn't have to repeat. It just, these things often rhyme, and this is one of the ugliest rhymes ever. Anyway, where would you like that? Tangerine, Tiberius, COVID, Caligula, Julius Caesar. 3 of Wands, waiting for their ship to come in. I hope it's not a ship on trade. I hope it's not a container ship you're waiting for. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. There are bridges too far, and it's like they want to go over every single one of them. Every single bridge too far. So, yeah. What the cards are saying is that there are red states that will push this. But that is true, Bridget. The energy is pushing up the nasty in order to get us to the light. True. Pluto going through is, it digs things up. It destroys, but it's the phoenix rising from the ashes so that there's new growth. It's that whole huge, massive, sometimes painful transformation. And on Sunday, today's Friday, on Sunday, Pluto is going retrograde. So this stuff it is dealt with since it entered Aquarius for good for the next almost 20 years. It's going to go back over that ground again to anything it missed. So some of the things that say the administration has done, things that have been done, will be looked at again. So yeah, they'll push it. Again, insult to injury. This is a very clear message. This isn't even a dog whistle. This is like a dog treat. Tower, again, 4 of Pentacles, a day late and $1 short. Adding insult to injury. Rule of holes. When you're in one, quit digging. But sure, go ahead. Go ahead, dumpster fire administration. Keep digging. Senator Lee, yes, he needs constant reassurance. He is so weak. Yep. This will not last forever. This won't. It won't. But we're in the thick of it. But we'll make it through. We'll make it through. We have each other. And we are not alone. You are not alone. And we are not alone. So, okay. Donnie Dimwit at 2535. You might think, well, that's not a nice thing to say. Oh, he's a vile human being. Carolyn gifted 20 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Donnie Dimwit, last night, Orangina announced he's renaming Veterans Day Victory Day for World War I. What? And Victory Day in Europe, which is commemorated on May 8th, he is renaming to Victory in World War II Day. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. Makes a big difference. Thank you. Okay, first of all, these things are in quotes. They don't even match. I mean, I know it's like the semantics is not the point here, but it just a quick aside. Victory Day for World War I. Victory in World War II Day. Okay, anyway. Why? To recognize that, quote, we did more than any other country by far in producing a victorious result in World War II, unquote. Veterans Day was made a federal holiday in 1968, and current commemorations honor U.S. service members from the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, among other U.S. military operations. But he's changing it to a World War I Veterans Day? Victory Day. Victory Day. I'm pretty sure there are, okay. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you for becoming a member. Donnie Dimwit. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? Seriously. Was everyone in his administration collectively like dropped on their head as a child? I mean, what? Paint chips? What? 10 of Pentacles. His legacy. He has to get his grimy, tiny, tiny hands on everything. Put his grimy hands on everything. 7 of Swords. Look at the Thief card. Knight of Cups. This is actively recognizing the sacrifices of all Americans in the services and who've given their lives and Eight of Cups, walking away. Yeah, this would be doing what you're supposed to do, and no, just leave a big chunk out and just wander off. Okay, this isn't the most egregious thing he's done, but it's just la 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 la. Wow. James is saying he's trying to divert attention from veterans, so when he defunds the VA, it's not seen as such a big deal. Oh, yeah, that budget they're working, the reconciliation budget they're working on in the House and the Senate is not going to be as bad as we were afraid, but it's not going to be as ugly, but it's going to be not good at all. Anyway, Next. So the Cantaloupe Cretin went on last night at 30:30. The Cantaloupe Cretin went on last night to also sign an executive order cutting all federal funding from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting to both PBS and NPR. As I saw someone comment earlier, Elmo needs a hug. How will this affect both entities going forward? Okay. We'll do 3 for PBS, 3 for NPR. Because if you watch enough NPR, you've seen the thing at the beginning of different shows. This program has been made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by viewers like you. Thank you. Chris Cool says 2 surprises. 1, Dumpy hasn't renamed Flag Day to Trump Day, and 2, he hasn't installed a royal throne in the Oval Office. Yet. Okie dokie. So, PBS, NPR, it's not good. For PBS, there's the Emperor, scumbag that he is. Ace of Cups. There will be people donating more to NPR, which is good. But 5 of Cups, there's a lot of disappointment there. There's disappointment by the dumpster fire administration that they haven't been able to completely undermine and get PBS off the air. But there's also disappointment that their funding's going to get hit hard. And they didn't have much to begin with. So, but it's still there. Now, NPR, and for anybody who is outside the country or isn't aware, PBS is the television. It's basically like a national television channel. It does a lot of local programming. It does a lot of educational programming. It's where you're going to find your Sesame Street and all kinds of stuff like that. So there's been a certain amount of federal funding to it. Never enough, but NPR is radio. And with this, we've got the 9 of Cups. So lots of people listen to NPR. Knight of Swords. That's aggressive cutting. 4 of Swords. That's ouch. There's a certain amount of it's the card of quiet as a tomb. Ouch. And the whole point of this, 1, yes, they want to save. They want to cut enough from the budget to give billionaires even more budget or more tax breaks. But no, this is also this is the lovers. This is the cult. This is the Trump cult card. PBS and NPR have been a dog whistle punching bag. Pick your simile metaphor. For years. It's going to be tough. So, M. Kelby says, don't forget they want to raise the debt ceiling too. Oh yeah, that's part of the budget. Yeah. Oh, Finzenberger, happy Friday, happy Beltane. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okie dokie. So, Cosmic Goat Lady had a question at 35:30. Will the Republican politicians turn against the Champagne Charlatan when he does something so bad like sending the military after American citizens or worse, or trying? He's not actually going to be able to do that, honestly. I do not have specialized knowledge on this, but I've heard from many a person who has a lot of knowledge about the military, has been in the military, knows all kinds of stuff, and they're saying no. Nope, it is drilled into people from day one. You do not take an illegal order. Not even from a 4-star general. You can be a private. If it's a 4-star general giving you an illegal order, you say no. It's your duty to say no. And as long as it turns out that is illegal, yeah, the 4-star general has to stand down. It's true. And you may think, well, they'll just change the laws. No. Mm-mm. Gayleen, beautiful name, says, love the black kitties. I have a very handsome one myself. Y'all. So, Cindy says, it's hard to say no to an illegal order when the commander-in-chief is ordering it. I honestly, I know that people are very upset, but I honestly think that there is a limit. I have never once picked up that he's going to get away with sending the military against U.S. citizens here in these United States. Just, Kathy Whiplash says, MCC military code of conduct. Yeah. Cindy Poole says, military wife here 27 years. Okay. Okay, well then let's look at it. Let's jump at, okay, we'll get to that in a minute. 38:15. Military against U.S. citizens. Yeah, we're one of the questions here very soon is about the whole military parade that Dumpy wants. Looks like they're going to spend millions upon tens of millions of dollars to give him his stupid military parade. But that's different. Okay, I'm just going to say this, that Republicans better hope that this doesn't happen. Yes, you get Nazi Ferrazzo and his ilk saying garbage. They think they're in a position of strength, but they're not the ones in the position of strength here. 9 of Pentacles, sitting pretty. So they think they can do whatever they want. They are underestimating the situation because there's a World card and there's a Page of Pentacles. In this Strength card, in this World card, these are women. And this is Republicans being out of office for a very, very long time. I know it seems like they can get away with absolutely anything. I understand. I've been here every day. I have, other than 2 emergencies, I have been here every single day for over 5 years. I know. But Ace of Cups, this, you are talking at best civil disobedience, at best. So thank you, Ming and Brian. Thank you. I'm just not getting it. Chris Cool, I'm afraid I don't know what that means. Julie gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Chemical Squirrel is asking, does anyone know if it would be possible for the Supreme Court to undo that immunity clause? They put it there. They can. You made this mess. You can go clean it up. So. This would bury the Republicans for flipping ever. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles and their awfulness. The cult members who do want to see pain and suffering, because they get off on that. There's the Fool. This is the dumbest idea ever. Chariot. Oh, you want to get the U.S. military against U.S. Really? Wheel of Fortune. This will politically bury you and your entire party. For, like, if you go back and you look through the history of the country, there's this fantastic video out there which looks at the different parties. It's a timeline, and it shows different parties and how they merged, and some came to be and some disappeared, what have you. Done. Gone. Yeah, no. I'm not getting it. So, I don't know. Okay. At 43:20, we are back to 43:30. Okay, we're back to Cosmic Goat Lady's question. Will the Republican politicians turn on the Champagne Charlatan when he does something so bad? Usually the Six of Wands is a victory card. Right in the center, the MAGA victory. But this feels like a snag. They're not in any. The Republicans are not in any hurry to turn on Trump. 5 of Swords, adding insult to injury. That's on top of the tower. His followers will mess them up. There's the government. That could be a new. The Ace of Swords could be a new action. There's the MAGA victory, but it does feel like a snag. Queen of Wands, that would be the group of them. This is specifically MAGA, not Republicans. And this is the burden. This is the burden of MAGA. So there does feel like at some point there may be something of a split. I just don't know how strong the split's going to be. I mean, it's easy to look at U.S. politics and say, we've only got 2 parties. We shouldn't just have 2 parties. We only technically have 2 parties. the fact is that both the Democrats and the Republicans, it's a giant they're two giant umbrellas, and then you have, it's like built-in coalitions. Does that make sense? And so the thought of a third party, it's having a lot of trouble getting any traction, because there aren't just two parties. There are people at various parts of the political spectrum, but these stay over here and these stay over there. So inside each, we have built-in coalitions. That's the only real difference. So both parties are right of center. Personally, I don't think so, but this is a discussion that could happen. Angie says we should have more parties. I'm not really the person to talk to, because I'm looking at the situation. I'm looking at the two umbrellas, and anytime there's any kind of option other than that, it hurts. It does more damage, and we wouldn't vote for a third party that was ultra right. So any votes for a third party with the current system, they can say they're independent, but it's actually a coalition, and they would take votes away from the Democrats, which gives more power to the Republicans, because their factions are staying together. I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm saying that this is the situation we're in. There are different factions within the parties. So we just don't call it. We just don't call it that. So anyway, but Republicans, there's going to be a split at some point here. I don't know how deep that fissure is going to be, though. That's the worrying thing. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Okay, so, oh, the military parade. What a maroon. What an ultra maroon. So Mimi Wine brought a great question. Thank you. More plans have leaked, according to RawStory and the AP, about the military parade on Caviar Conman's birthday, complete with, quote, more than 6,600 soldiers who have better things to do, at least 150 vehicles. That's a complete waste. 50 helicopters, 50, along a 4-mile parade? What are you going to do with 50 helicopters over 4 miles? How does that work? It's going to drown out the sound of everything else going on? At least 150 vehicles, 50 helicopters, 7 bands, and a couple thousand civilians, unquote. Previous attempts to hold such a parade during his first term were canceled due to sky-high projections of about the cost of it being $92 million. $92 million. As well as logistical challenges. And what kind of vehicles are these going to be? Because you can't roll tanks over regular roads. It will damage them. And you're cutting the budget I'm sorry? Will this happen? If it does, what will be the public's reaction to it? 3 cards. Tens of millions of dollars for a stupid parade. I get... Sorry, that's not mine. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Priestess. Well, okay. First of all, the card for the reading is the Illusion Delusion card. It's usually the cups with the guy standing there in silhouette. He's looking, and it's like all these weird things coming out of the cups and clouds and whatnot. So the card for the reading is Delusion. The 3 cards for the reading, Queen of Pentacles. Who's going to... Yeah, this is going to be part of the military budget, really? Page of Swords. This is... What I'm getting is if this happens, it is going to be so... the military, if they let them be and said you had to do this, the military, they're good. They'll work it out. But this just feels like some incompetence in the dumpster fire administration that messes things up. Warrior Witch, I agree. I still want a parade of RuPaul's Drag Race contestants dressed in military garb throwing beads like it's Mardi Gras. I'd watch that. That would be fun. High Priestess. This can be secrets, but it's also higher wisdom. Hidden wisdom. These are not great cards for him. For this. Again, if the military, any branch of the military said, okay, we are doing this, and you let them do it, they can do it. It would be done well, and huzzah. But this is the administration that can't shoot straight. Sabine Winter says, don't worry, they know how to screw it up. Mm-hmm. There's a big Ace of Cups right at the end. Queen of Swords. These are these are laws getting in the way. There's a Fool. This is a lot of worry. The fruits of labor. But then there's this big Ace of Cups getting in the way. If it happens, they're going to regret it. And it's going to be a disaster, not because of what the military does, but because of the administration and the price tag on this and the diverting of our military for stupidity. Sandra Lee's wondering, will he wear a crown? Yeah. Dave says the tanks will collapse the roads of DC. Yeah. Yep. So this feels like a blank show. Moving on. Okay. Okay. Some of these I'm going to have to roll over to tomorrow, I am afraid. But this is just not great. Oh, okay. Let's make sure we cover this one before. Make certain. Yeah, there's usually something that needs to. Okay, this can't wait. Deb Z brought this in. Thank you. A think tank founded by Stephen Miller. Okay, first of all, oxymoron. So, Nazi Ferratu thinks, huh? And has like-minded Nazi vampires? Okay. A think tank founded by Stephen Miller sued Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. Okay. And the office that administers the judiciary, claiming, you ready for this one? I can't. My brain is going to rebel. My brain is like, I'm not letting you kill anymore. My brain cells. It's like, no, this is what we're here to do. Okay. A think tank founded by Stephen Miller, Nazi Ferratu himself, sued Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court in the office that administers the judiciary, claiming that the White House should run the federal courts. Nazi Fratus, and he has sued the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Yes, he did. Claiming the White House should run the federal courts. Yeah. Jana says, SCOTUS has got to love that. Yeah. Chariot, the audacity. How fast do you think something can be thrown out of court? How fast? Seriously. Okay. Okay. Set your watches. Okay. 6 of Wands. Well, Nazi Ferratu thinks that they've had the victory, that they can do whatever they want. Ace of Wands. Yeah, so do something boneheaded like this. 7 of Swords. Yeah, that's the thief card. You blankety blank, moronic blank. 9 of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Queen of Swords. This is the judiciary. The other judges. Yeah, you think you're sitting pretty, that you had this great victory, so you come up with this boneheaded idea to steal the power, and you think smugly that you just do what you want. And this is the rest of the judiciary telling you to take several seats. The audacity. Sherry says, yes, Stephen Miller, not a lawyer, has not completed law school. Man. Chris School says 2, 1, gone. Not even starting at 3. Pretty much. Higher wisdom will prevail. Page of Wands. This is how weak Nazi Ferratu is. Queen of Pentacles. It would be convenient for the dumpster fire administration. Not that we should do anything that makes things convenient for them. But here's the Chariot. And that's not a chariot like, yes, we're running forward. This is a chariot of get out of my courtroom. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. That's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to do a card for today just because I've been doing them constantly, and I think we're good. I hopefully if you've been watching over the last week, I'm getting similar kind of things, that you are in the right. You are on the right side of history, and us standing together and helping each other and being kind to each other makes all the difference. And we're not going to let this country sink. And if you're ever feeling helpless and you want to give up, don't. If I have to just grab you and just drag you along with me, I will. I'll be back here tomorrow. And I'll be back here the day after that, the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. And I'll be here every single day to say that the country I love will not sink into endless authoritarianism. No. And I'm not alone. So thank you. Please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. They're out there. It's just going to take a bit. And I will say, on a completely unrelated, lighter note, yesterday, Rob, I was thinking about you this morning, because yesterday during Creative Sprints, my music tastes are very eclectic, but I do like my 80s synth pop. I just do, especially if it was British. And so I was listening to Naked Eyes. Their album was really good. And one of their two main members of Naked Eyes, one was a member of the police, and the other was, I believe, a British man, a singer. And I was talking about it and mentioned how good the whole album was for 80s British synth pop. And Rob said, I might have to check that out. And ever since then, I've had in the back of my head, poor Rob. It just not, because Naked Eyes is good, but I don't know. I don't know that I would wish my taste in music on anybody. So I don't know. I don't even know if you got around to listening to any of it, but anyway. All right, I'll stop being silly and, well, for the moment. And I will see you in a couple of hours over on Creative Sprints. You're always welcome. We'll be productive. We will not talk about the news. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. All right? Take care. Be well. I'll see you later.